Have you heard have you heard of a term synchrony, or have you heard of a term synchronicity? Just like any other word, of course, it's a word. I hope you are following me. Just like any other word, it's a word of English, of course. Everybody knows that. But the word, just like any other word, please remember. I always tell you to remember the word remember, you see. So I'm telling you, please remember, no words in reality has the meaning of its own. The meaning of the word is coming from us, you see. The meaning of the word is coming from us. We agree to the meaning. We say this is a phenomena, and we are going to call this phenomena this word, and we agree to the meanings, hence the word become alive. That just like that, the word synchronicity or came from synchrony, um, the synchronicity, however you want to pronounce it, different pronunciations depending on what demographics of the world you are living in. If you look at the meaning of the word, which indicates a phenomena, remember we talked about phenomena. We have talked about the definition of phenomena. I hope you remember. So if we look at the definition of this phenomena, it indicates a phenomena, the simultaneous, it indicates a phenomena, the simultaneous occurrence of events. If you are following me, the simultaneous occurrence of events, which may seem to be related, you see, but in the same time, they don't seem to have a connection. That's the definition of this phenomena, synchronicity or synchronicity, however you want to pronounce it, that the simultaneous occurrence of the events which seems like they are related to each other, but in the same time maybe they are not. When you focus towards the definition of this phenomena, or when you focus to the phenomena itself, you come to realize that it has a little more profound meaning than that. A little more profound meaning means that you have brought your awareness, or you have uncluttered yourself, and now you have learned to go in accord with the nature. I hope you're following me. Now you have learned to go in accord with the nature. And when you go in accord with the nature, life becomes easy and everything seemed to be falling together. This is a little more profound meaning of synchronicity. So the field of awareness, or the infinite field of awareness, is basically the field of synchronicity. You see, you unclutter yourself from the lies that we have been conditioned and we have learned with the passage of time. We all unclutter ourselves from the lies. So it's not that we are going to if it's not that we are doing something, it's not that we are doing something extraordinary, some type of ritual or some type of spiritual practice to bring our awareness up. Awareness is always there. But now we have uncluttered ourselves from the lies. When we have uncluttered ourselves from the lies, there are so many things which have been handed over to us, but we never challenge, but we accept them as normal. But when we challenge what we have been handed over, but when we challenge if it goes in accord with our very nature of it, or if, excuse me, or if it goes against our nature. If it goes against our nature, there is a contradiction now. Now there is a friction. If it goes against our nature, now there is a contradiction and now there is a friction. If it goes in accord with the nature, basically it seems like that everything is falling together. Now your awareness is so uncluttered, not that you have brought your awareness up high, it's the same thing, but you have uncluttered yourself from the lies. So it seems like that you are synchronized. It seems like that you are going in accord with everything. It seems like that you can see the cause of anything and you can see the cause of everything and you can see the result of that cause. You become totally in accord. You become totally in the line and you become totally aligned with the rest of the creation. You become totally aligned with the rest of the creation. You see, the silent, hidden band, I would rather say invisible band. You see, band, an invisible band, basically, which is always there. An invisible band, which is always there, becomes more revealing. If you understand what I'm saying, an invisible band, which is always there, becomes more revealing. You feel yourself, you, the being, basically, the awareness or sense of self awareness, you feel yourself that you are totally and you are tightly banded with the rest of the creation, no matter what the creation is. Remember, in the recent retreats or one of my Facebook posts, I also mentioned that creation is not human centric. Please remember that. Creation is not human centric. So you become totally in accord. You go in accord with the creation. You have no contradiction. You have no friction in you, not even in your awareness as a thought. So that is one of the thing. That is one of the phenomena, as you can see, as you can see the topic, as you can see the subject that I wanted to talk about. Hence, somebody a few days ago inquired into it and I didn't get around it. This and what happens is not only that you feel very light, not only that you feel that you are not even putting any type of effort, if you understand what I'm saying to you, that you are not even putting any type of effort and things are, please follow my words, that things are falling together in your way. You are not even putting any type of effort to live a life. You are not even putting any type of effort, and things are falling together in your way. You basically, you feel totally and tightly. You feel totally and tightly banded. You see, banded, you have heard the term banded. You feel totally and tightly banded with the rest of the creation. You feel that everything is basically falling together for you. This is what we understand. Because now we have learned to unclutter ourselves from the lies. Now we have learned to challenge everything which was handed over to us once. You see, we do not we do not accept it is we do not accept it is as natural. We do not accept it is as normal. We look into it. We look into it. We do not accept it as normal. We do not accept it as natural. We look into it and we see, if I adopt this trait, if I adopt this saying, if I adopt this wisdom, is it true or untrue? Anything which is true wouldn't, anything which is from sacred, anything which is from divine, anything which is the truth, wouldn't bring any type of contradiction or friction in your awareness. You would feel totally smooth and you would feel totally aligned. But anything which creates any type of contradiction, anything which creates any type of conflict in your mind, anything where you feel the resistance, unfortunately, anything where you feel the resistance in the band, then you realize that it is mind, basically, and mind is trying to be in action. The mind used to be employed a while ago, but now since we have learned to silent, you see, shh, this is silent. Since we have learned to shush the mind, since we have learned to quiet down the mind, so mind is even raging more and more to be employed again. But now we are looking at everything which has been handed over to us or which was handed over to us once. We are looking at different faiths. We are looking what we are told we are. We are looking that what we are told, the image we carry in the society. We are, in a nutshell, we are looking in everything which is making us believe that this is what we are. But in reality or in truth, this is not what we are, this is what we have learned to be. So, one by one, every day, while we dedicate ourselves towards the Kriya Yoga, one by one, every day, when we dedicate ourselves to Kriya meditation, we come to realize, and one by one, we take all on these beliefs. One by one, every day, we take on all these faiths where we have invested ourselves, what we essentially are, awareness or the sense of self awareness. We take our faith out. Okay. If we have to function in the society to perform numerous tasks, to achieve numerous goals, we put the mask on. But we make sure the rubber band behind the mask is not too tight, if you understand what I'm saying. We make sure the rubber band behind the mask is not too tight. So when we are by ourselves, we retrieve to our fundamental and essential state. If you are following me, when we are by ourselves, we retrieve to our fundamental and essential state, what we essentially are. We do not keep playing the role what we play in the society, such as we are told that we are a male, we are a female, this is how a male act, this is how a female act, this is how a good men act, this is how a good women act, gender thing. Then we get identified with numerous things. We get identified with gender, we get identified with color, we get identified with a family, we get identified with a society, we get identified with a race, we get identified with a religion, we get identified with a philosophy, and we give too much significance, unfortunately, to the mind. And after after a certain period of time, we think this is what we are. But truth of the matter is, this is not what we are. This is what we have learned to be. So when every day, when little by little, with the help of Kriya Yoga, little by little, every day, with the help of Kriya meditation, when we create sufficient distance from what we essentially are, and from our mind and body, then we become synchronized with everything. We go in the accord, and then we challenge everything what we are handed over. If it is in accord with the nature, it would make sense to you. If it is the truth, it would resonate through you. So you can put the mask on, but remember something what I told you. You can put the mask on, but make sure the rubber band make sure the rubber band behind the mask is not too tight. You see, so the mask does not get to become a part of what you essentially are. When you are alone by yourself, little by little, challenge everything, look profoundly into it. If this is what I am, if it is not, then who I really am. Do not draw conclusions. Do not come to the conclusions. Do not draw results or opinion. You see, just keep yourself open. Then a desire to know what you really are would arisen in you. If you understand what I'm saying, then the desire to know what you really are and what you essentially are would risen to you. Do not be disappointed. You would go back and forth. Your intention is always to look profoundly and give 100%. Your 100% also would vary. Sometimes it would feel so hard to look profoundly and challenge everything what we have been handed over is because of the human conditioning, is because of the human domestication, unfortunately, if you understand what I'm saying. Is I think the time has come for me to conduct a private meditation session, but I would wrap it up uh, soon. I'm just wrapping it up, and I'm just saying, not only that I am saying, but I have the faith and I have the awareness that I have elaborated, I have brought some clarity as far as synchronicity. So when you challenge your faith and everything which's been so when you challenge your faith and everything which has been handed over to you little by little every day, do not be disappointed. You would go back and forth in the process. But where if you fell, just stand up and keep your chin straight and keep going. Basically, do not look for the destination, do not draw opinions and result. Just try to find out what you really are without human conditioning. Try to find out what you really are without human domestication, the knowledge that you have gathered from others. The problem, what you have gathered from others, basically, those others were told at some point in their life the same thing. So there is no evidence that it is natural. There is no evidence that it is coming from a sacred this it excuse me that it is coming from sacred. There is no evidence that it is coming from divine. So what a mystic is, you know what a mystic is? Mystic is somebody who basically tries to experience or experiences rather life firsthand, but not by the second-hand information. When you challenge everything what you have been told and all the edifice of the knowledge that they tell you you are, basically, when you challenge all of it, what happens basically, little by little every day you get rid of the things which are not in the accord of the nature. Little by little, every day, you free your faith from the lies. If you have to function in the society, you can go right ahead and put the mask on. But remember to keep the rubber band behind the mask loose. So when you are alone by yourself, you take the mask off and you retrieve to your fundamental state, the state of meditation and the state of awareness, the state of self-awareness. Please remember that. So this is how you get synchronized. This is you the more profound definition, as in the beginning of this retreat I told you. This is the more profound definition, that you feel it's the field of awareness is the field of synchronicity, and you feel synchronized with everything. You feel like that you are in accord with everything. You feel like that you have no contradiction, you have no friction in your awareness. You feel like life has become so easy. It's not that life has become so easy. Life has always been easy. But before, we didn't know how to go in accord with the nature. Before, we didn't know, excuse me, before we did not know how to go in the accord with life. But now, since we have challenged the things which make us restless, sometimes it takes a lot of energy basically to carry a false image. You see, it requires, excuse me, it takes a lot of energy to carry a false image. It requires a lot of energy from us to carry a false image all the time, even the time when we are alone, even the time when we are all by ourselves, since our faith, since our awareness, the power is coming from us, since our faith and since our awareness has been invested into the lies, we feel shattered with it, which is rather a British term. We feel shattered, we feel tired, we feel like we have no energy, since we are carrying a false image all the time. We are carrying an image which is a lie. Yes, carry the image, wear the mask when you have to function in the society. There is nothing wrong with that. But take the mask off when you are by yourself. I keep saying that. It's very important to remember. It's very, very important to remember for you. Um, then little by little, when you are challenging everything, if it is friendly to me, if it is talking friendly to me, if it is not creating duality in my awareness, you can adopt it. But if it goes otherwise, if you feel that it is not friendly to you, if it is creating duality, if it is bringing friction in your awareness, if it is bringing if it is unfortunately bringing contradiction in your awareness, then you get rid of it. When that happens, all there is the infinite field of awareness, the field of synchronicity. Then you keep seeing the numeric numbers during the day. You see, then you keep seeing then you keep seeing the numeric numbers during the day. You keep seeing the repetitive numbers during the day. There are many connotations, there are different interpretations basically of seeing the number, especially, excuse me, specifically 11 and 11. If somebody sees 11 and 11 during the day, they have been different. Time people try to make a wish that time when they see the number, they try to make a wish like that, or sometime uh, there is another connotation, which is that you are guided by angel, and there is another connotation, which is you are on the right path. For me personally, I see numeric numbers and the repetitive numbers, not only 11 11, but 12 12, 14 14, 9 9, a lot during the day. As far as personally, the wisdom and the awareness I have required, excuse me, the, the wisdom, the truth, and the awareness I have acquired by my dedication to Kriya Yoga and meditation, I come to realize is just an affirmation that you are synchronized. Remember the topic of this conversation, the topic of this retreat, the topic of this message is synchronicity. Synchronicity, however you want to pronounce it, but it indicates to the phenomena. Phenomena is basically stimulus events which seem to be connected with each other, but in the same time not. It's the phenomena. More profound definition is when you feel that everything is falling together in your favor, and when you know the cause and the effect, and how to achieve that basically when you free your faith from the lies, when you free how to achieve that basically when you free your faith from the lies, how to achieve that basically when you free your faith from all the things which have been handed over to you, when you look into it profoundly, when you look into it deeply and see if it is friendly or if it is not friendly. Obviously, if it is not friendly, if it is going against your very nature, you get rid of it. If it is friendly to you, if you adopt it as one of your own, would it help you to feel the concrete peace, to feel the sense of fulfillment all the time, then you adopt it. You see? If there is no contradiction, if there is no friction, if there is no opposite, if there is no duality, then you are in the accord with the nature. That's how you, when there is a progress in your life, you would start seeing, I think, initially, fundamentally 11, 11. After that, as you progress, as you keep getting rid of the lies from your life and adopting only the truth, when you free your faith as you progress and you keep doing the Kriya Yoga and meditation for however long your life allows you, but dedication, regularity, what the word I'm looking for, punctual. You are punctual every day. It would vary. Sometime your life energy, your prana is not very high. Maybe you are dedicating less time to Kriya Yoga and Kriya meditation. Some other times you would feel that it is much higher, then you would invest more time basically in that particular Kriya Yoga and Kriya meditation. When you become super silent, you see what I'm saying? When you become super silent and you sit straight and you zero in your breathing pattern, when you zero in your breathing pattern, you sit straight and you just gently, you just gently become very aware that it's life that you are breathing in and it's life you are breathing out. You see what I'm saying to you? And after that, it becomes a part of your everyday routine. After that, it just becomes a part of your life, you see. And when you make progress every day, little by little, when you make progress into that, what happens, you would start seeing more repetitive numbers. You would start seeing more and more repetitive numbers every day. During the day and numerous times a day, you would start seeing more and more repetitive numbers. When that happens, it means that now you are on. All you gotta do, just keep going, you see. So this is what does it mean? It indicates a phenomena, and phenomena is something that is happening, an occurrence which is happening in the nature but cannot be rationalized or justified through a thinking mind. That's what phenomena is. So it indicates a phenomena. It's nothing superstitious or nothing superfictional happening. It's just that now we have learned, all of us, it's just now that we have learned to go in accord with the life. Now we have learned to go in accord with the nature. You see, the reason it seems miraculous in the beginning is because before there were so many things which we were handed. There were So many things that which we were handed, but we never bothered to see if it is bringing joy and happiness in our life, or if it is bringing contradiction, if it is bringing duality and misery in our life. But since now we have learned to challenge and look profoundly the things which has been handed over to us, are the lies or are the truth? You see, little by little we free our faith, little by little we take our faith out of these things, and what remains is just awareness, just the shining awareness, the infinite field of awareness, the infinite field of synchronicity, basically. And then you would see even more and more repetitive numbers. You would see even more and more repetitive numbers during the day. You see, is just an affirmation that you are on the right path and keep going on the right path. ना लिहाफ ना गिलाफ ठंडी हवा भी खिलाफ ससरी ना लिहाफ ना गिलाफ ठंडी हवा भी खिलाफ ससरी उसकी शादी है किसी का देहांत ले जा पड़ोसी के चूल्हे से आग ले